Do more good mornings. What I really like about good mornings is that it's basically the same thing as an RDL, but due to the placement of the bar, the load is inherently lighter. It's a hinge movement pattern, and I'm going to make a slight comparison to RDLs and deadlifts here. I usually hate shortened range of motion pulls like deadlifts or RDLs from blocks or pins. I just think that if you're not strong enough to load the bar up really heavy, you're probably better off continuing to pursue low-hanging fruit strength improvements without resorting to a method like pulls from pins. If you are already really strong, you can't even really overload that shortened range of motion because you probably can't fit all of that weight on the bar to do so. And the other part to it too is that since you need to load the bar up really heavy, at least 5 plates, but probably even more, doing pulls from the pins is just bad for the bar. Some of us only have access to 1 or 2 barbells. But since the good mornings are inherently lighter, you won't run into any of these problems. Pretty much anybody, regardless of strength level, can still do them and get a good stimulus from them. You can still do them and perform a hinge with a shortened range of motion off of the pins, and it doesn't require nearly as much weight as an RDL for an overload. And doing good mornings from the pins are also a great way to sort of introduce the exercise for many people, because if you have a bad rep, you can dump the bar back down. You can gradually increase range of motion over time for different purposes, rehab of some sort, progressive overload, so week to week you can keep the same set and rep scheme and same weight but lower the pins. So there is good use for them. But back to the point of the weight being inherently lighter than other hinge movements, I think it's a really good choice if your lower back is a weak point. This exercise allows you to target that area with lower total system stress. And my last point here is they allow you to hinge in different stances, specifically a staggered stance or a split stance. This point is kind of negligible because you can still RDL with a bar in a staggered stance, but honestly it's way more awkward and uncomfortable compared to good mornings. And yes, you can do RDLs in a staggered stance with dumbbells too, I know. If you only have access to a barbell, you're probably better off doing good mornings in a staggered stance than RDLs. So those are just some thoughts I had on good mornings. I've been doing good mornings a lot more in my training, and they're part of my Haas concurrent training team right now. Figured I'd talk about them a little bit. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next time.